Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Awesome Watch Review channel. Today, I'm going to broach an interesting subject for discussion, and it is to create a watch display cabinet or case for our watches. Yep. For most watch collectors like ourselves, we believe that watches are veritable pieces of art. And interestingly, most of us keep our watches in boxes such as these or in their original boxes in our safe and drawer. And being pieces of art, the thought crossed my mind that it would be great if I could recreate a display cabinet, a little something like what they have at the stores in my own home using an IKEA cabinet. And to do that, I need to do some research first as to what the current standard of or what the materials are being used and what the standards are with regard to watch display cases. Now, I'm going to bring you to a few watch stores and we shall look at their display cases and discuss what are the elements that make them so luxurious and beautiful. And do take note that some of the stores are closed because the storekeepers tend to be a bit unhappy when I film the display cabinets. So see you at the stores. Right. What we have here is the Yonghan stand. As you can see, the design is with a thick base and a background in white. Similarly, for the Zin display, it is fashioned out of a very sturdy material and with a huge background and a black base on which to put their watches. Glashütte Original has a beautiful fashion base as well. Now let's look at Patek Philippe. Now Patek Philippe, being an ultra luxury brand, has invested a lot in their display. Obviously, it's got a multi-layer display base and an ornately crafted background to showcase their brand. Blancpain has got a more simple one, but actually quite detailed, the way they frame their background and the base. For Chopard, it is more simple, I would say, with a simple silver framed background in which they put their Mille Miglia and a flat leather base on which to put their two watches. And this is of course the King Rolex. Their display cases are legendary, of course, with their huge background made of glass, fashioned out of glass, and their base made of leather and acrylic. The Rolex one is really a beauty to behold, I would say, and it changes throughout the year according to the seasons, made of beautiful materials. And FP Jones, as we see over here, yes, it's got a simple wooden base and a background, but it's very elegant nonetheless. Very beautiful. Hublot has got a thick angled base in felt on which to put their watches, and their background is publicizing their brand and their Big Bang watch especially. Ulysse Nardin here with a very elegant dark blue base and a silver frame background for their watches and stands for their watches as well with various little standees. And what we have here is the Urwerk display. They don't have a base per se, but they have a beautiful background and interesting stands for their watches. Last look at the Ulysse Nardin before we go to Omega. Now this is the Omega stand, very elegant, with a huge back stand or display background, and their watches are enclosed in this chamber display. Now let me introduce you to the display cabinet that I've created for myself using an IKEA Billy bookcase, a rather small one. Okay, now let me start with the Omega display. Before we commence, of course, I did some research into the corporate colors of the various watch brands, and for Omega, their corporate color is of course red. So as a base and the background, what I did was I obtained some dark red construction paper from the stationery shops to use as a background. And what I did was to purchase a frame, an A4 size frame in gold as the background. And inside, what I used was an image of the Omega logo that I cut out from the Omega bag that they gave during my watch purchase. Now, one element that I noticed that many shops have is that they had a luxurious base, either in felt or in leather or in the marble. So in this case, what I did was I purchased a marble tray online and used it as a base for the display. And in order to elevate the watch, what I did was I purchased this stand also online from Shopee. This is from Shopee as well, so that I can elevate the watch higher. And this is of course a marble tray as well for food to place the watch on. And this little Omega namesake, I simply cut it from a magazine, and together with the eye loop that I have, putting it together, I have created an Omega display in my IKEA cabinet. Right? Moving down to Rolex, similarly what I've done is that I have purchased construction paper from the stationers in dark green as a background, and the frame you see in silver I purchased is an A4 size frame, which I purchased from Shopee, and I enclosed in it a Rolex logo, which I obtained from a Rolex carrier bag as well, and it has that gold shiny color that is so beautiful. Similarly, the base, I had used a marble base, beautiful polished marble base, genuine marble, purchased from Shopee to place the watches on. And to add a pop of red, I simply put the neoclassical Rolex seal on it to finish the look. Of course, the watch stands itself you can purchase online. There are various types you can purchase and to suit your different watches. And lastly, this little thing is simply acrylic picture frame used as a background, and a little glass dome you can purchase online to enclose your precious watches or any other watch that you like, in fact, to prevent dust getting in. Right? So this is the display case I've created, and I can look at my watches every day and enjoy them as veritable pieces of art that they so deserve. I hope you enjoyed this little project that I did. Just wanted to share with you, and hope you can gain some knowledge as well, and hope to see you in my next video. Wishing you a wonderful, joyous day, week and year ahead. Happy collecting. Ciao.